In this video, we're going to show you how to install the blow motor resistor on your Volvo S60 located under the passenger side glove box. Now with the passenger side door open, we want to go ahead and pull up on our sill plate here. So we're going to reach up, pull out this here, and then start to lift up, popping out the trim buttons. Just continue this procedure right through to the back and set that aside. Now if you have a floor mat, go ahead and remove that and set that aside. We're going to remove our glove box. So first thing we're going to do is open it up and remove anything that's in it. Go ahead and slide this off here. And then right in the back here, there's a tab right here. What we're going to do pop that down like so. There's going to be one on the other side right here. Normally if you pop one and the other one will pop out with it. If not, just come over to the other side and release that. The bottom side right here, let's go ahead and remove these two lower Torx bit screws. Now there's a series of T25 Torx bit screws holding our glove box in place. There's going to be 8 of them. There's one on the lower left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Have an electrical connector right here. You're going to reach down right behind this wire here. Comes down, there's a little pinch tab. This is it right here. Here's a little tab you're going to push down on to release that. You can slide this down. Now on the bottom side here, we have a light on the bottom. There's a green connector. Just going to reach on the edge and push down on this little connector here and pop that out. It's just this little spring clip right here. I was able to do it with my gloves on, so it's pretty easy. Now we're going to take the whole glove box unit, remove it, and set it aside. We need to remove our lower panel right here. Go ahead and pop this off. And then pull this out. There's just these little tabs here that lock in behind here. So once you kind of flex that out, you can remove that lower panel and just set this little vent off to the side. We'll be popping that in later. Now right here, you're going to locate the blower motor itself, and here's the electrical connector. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this connector right here, press on this gray tab, and wiggle that free. Let's go ahead and start grabbing the carpet. We're going to peel this out the back. Now behind the carpet is going to be your blow motor assembly, and there's going to be a series of 5 Torx bit screws. There's going to be 1 on each side here, 3, 4, 5. There's also going to be a drain tube right here that we need to pop off as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get here. Now this here is a T25 Torx bit screw. We're using a stubby ratchet and 2 little extensions. We're going to be switching out our extensions to fit around here. There's also a hose we need to pop off here. Before we pull off the last 2 screws here, I'm going to use my hose pliers here, and this is hose right here. Just going to grab this and work this hose off. You already see that the blow motor is starting to shift here, which is good. Now on that back screw, I'm using a line extension, a swivel, to get to it. All right, there's that one there. We have one last one right up here. Get this tab in the back here that was catching. And there it is. Now with our blow motor on our cart here, we want to go ahead and remove the cover. In order to do so, I'm going to flip this over here to our resistor. And this is going to be a T25 Torx bit screw right here. Let's go ahead and loosen and remove this. Use our flathead screwdriver, a little pocket screwdriver. Going to work our way around the perimeter here, lifting up on this, releasing that tab. And there's another tab right here. There it is. So pop this off. So you just have a tab right here. This tab is going to disconnect our motor here. It's going to be a little tab right here. We're going to push in on that. You can use your finger if you want to. It's a little bit hard to do. I'm going to use my pocket screwdriver to assist. I'm going to push on that tab and kind of pull up on this connector. On the back side here, we have a couple T25 Torx bit screws. Now once we get these screws out, we're going to be reusing those. We should be able to start to work this plastic case off of the motor. I'm using a small pry bar here, and I'm being very careful. But you can see this starting to lift up and off. Go ahead and work that connector out. So obviously when you go to reassemble this here, you're going to make sure that this portion here for the harness fits up through this notch right here. It's pretty much self-aligning at that point. You can just line that right up and then press it right back down and on. That's going to allow us to go ahead and gain access to this other T25 Torx bit screw here. Push that right out. Go ahead and grab the new unit. Now if you want to, you can go ahead and clean this. You can spray it out, clean it if you want to, if it has dust and dirt and stuff like that in there. It's really not critical for ours. It's pretty clean for the most part. Take the new unit, drop that down inside. Line up your connectors and boom, pops right into place. Now when tightening these here, you just want them snug. You're going to feel that screw bottom out just a tiny bit more. That's it. You're just holding that in there stationary. Go ahead and grab that motor. If you want to, take your compressed air. You can blow this out if you want. Line up the notch with the electrical connector here. You feed that wire up through. Line it up. Start to work it down. Obviously, you got to line up your 2 screws on the motor. Going to do the same with these screws here. Once they bottom out, just snug them a little bit more. Bottom, snug. Bottom, snug. That's it. Grab your cover. And line that up. Pop that on. Snap that on. Now that we have this generally in place, we just need to go ahead and get a couple screws installed to hold it there. You'll know it's seated, it'll actually kind of lock into place. I'm going to gently snug that one up and in there. Gently snug it. Let's go ahead and get the other 3 in. This back one here is the hardest one to get to. Now you just want to gently snug these down. So we got that last screw in. Don't forget to install your vent tube. Make sure that's fully seated. We have our electrical connector. I'll line that up, push it on. Now that we have this all hooked up, let's go ahead and tuck our carpet up into position. Now, next thing we're going to do is install our glove box. We have a couple electrical connectors to install. We have the green connector that needs to go in to this base over here. Then we have this gray connector that goes in right underneath this cover here. Now let's go ahead and line up our glove box. And what we're going to have to do is open it up. We are going to have to release the tabs on here again to let that glove box drop down. lined up. And gently snug these two down. And let's continue this process, getting the rest of the screws in. Grab your strap right here. We're going to need this little tether strap. Now this tether strap itself, you're going to pull this out and it'll actually lock into place. Has a little tab on the back there. Go ahead and interlock these tabs over here. Good, bring this cover up. Let's install the two screws on the bottom. Once we have those two installed, don't forget we need to install this little vent piece right here. Let's go ahead and install our sill plate. Make sure that the buttons here line up with the holes. And at this point here, you probably go ahead and vacuum out your interior and then drop in your floor mat.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.